Well, thank you very much. Well, boys and girls, I have a number of responsibilities today, but the first and most important responsibility I have, besides welcoming you, is to thank the First Lady for her championing this effort. We could not have a better spokesperson in the entire country for this particular initiative than the First Lady. She has not only showed up to things like this, but she has actually worked in the garden. She helped focus our attention on the importance of raising fruits and vegetables. She has been a constant spokesperson about physical activity and healthy eating. And First Lady, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because there are 30 million children who today are going to have school lunches, but tomorrow will have a better school lunch because of your advocacy. So thank you for your efforts. And I appreciate you sharing with us your personal stories, your family. It brought back memories in my family. And boys and girls, I started out life in an orphanage. And the first picture I have of myself as a child, I have spinach all over my face. It was a very round face. But you know, sometimes I have a problem between understanding the difference between everyday foods and sometimes foods. See, I grew up thinking that cookies and pies and cakes and desserts were everyday foods, and they're not. They're sometimes foods. As the First Lady indicated, they're treats. The everyday foods are the fruits and vegetables that are going to help you grow strong. They're going to help you be able to do a better job in school. And that's what this country needs for you to do. We need you to be the best students you can possibly be. And in order for that to happen, you have to be well fed, and you also have to be physically active. So it's part of my job and my responsibility to make sure that we do a good job, a better job than we've done in the past, of making sure the meals that you have available at school lunches and school breakfasts are as nutritious as they can be. And the First Lady mentioned the Reauthorization Act. That's a law that basically says it's part of the nation's responsibility to all of you to make healthy meals available. And we're going to be working with the First Lady and the President, the Congress, to try to make sure that we have the resources necessary for schools to be able to go out and purchase those fruits and vegetables and improve the quality of the meals. Because unfortunately, we're now getting studies from a lot of different places that have suggested that the meals that we're providing and the diets of young people today have far too much salt and far too much sugar and far too much trans fats, which makes it very difficult for folks to stay healthy. That's one of the reasons why we're currently faced with the fact we're seeing a growing obesity epidemic among our children. And I think it's incumbent upon all of us to do everything we possibly can to give you a great start in life. And that means making sure that you are well fed. It also means acknowledging the schools, as the First Lady indicated, who take the extra step of not only providing nutritious meals, but also making sure that you have time in a busy school schedule for physical activity. We are partnering with a variety of other entities. Like the NFL, the National Football League, is encouraging 60 minutes of physical activity, and we support their effort. And schools are a very important part of that. And we want to make sure that we acknowledge, through our Healthier U.S. School Challenge, those schools that go the extra mile to give children the very best start they can possibly get. And so we're going to be working hard, because we know that the future of our children and the future of our country depends on this. This is no small matter. And let me tell you how important it is. When I was asked by the President to take this job as Secretary of Agriculture, I will never forget the first thing he said to me, the first instruction I got from my boss. It was very important. I expected him to say something about farms and ranches and the Farm Bill. I expected him to maybe talk about our responsibilities overseas with food aid. But he looked at me and he was very clear about this. He said, I want our children to be fed more nutritious meals. That was the first instruction he gave me. So it's important to the President and the First Lady that you are well fed. And I just left the President's office, and we just signed the Agricultural Appropriations Bill, which includes additional resources to assist us in providing more fruits and vegetables, additional resources to help with summer feeding programs so that youngsters get nutritious meals. So let me finish where I began, by thanking the First Lady. We're going to put her in charge of weather. She seems to have a good hand with that. She has just been a tremendous advocate for this, and I look forward to working under her leadership and direction and making sure that we fulfill a promise that we make to you, to the children of America today. We're going to work as hard as we possibly can to make sure you have the great start that you deserve. Thank you all.